Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another WNBA playoff live play-by-play. Tonight, we got the Atlanta Dream taking on the Dallas Wings. So the Wings coming into this one, which we'll talk about in just a minute. If you guys do, make sure you hit the like button. Also, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. With that being said, overall, the Wings coming to this one looking to win the first series. If that's the case, for the first time since 2009. The Atlanta Dream, well, there was a lot of things that, not some bad things about the Dream, but I'm not saying the issue, but the one thing about the Dream was, especially this year, we're a little bit inconsistent at times. Ryan Howard's still a nice little 3-point shooter that she is. Right now, like I said, not really one of the best teams that I'm really worried about. Going into this, obviously going into this still continue this first round after Liberty knocked off Washington in game one, 90-75 to take a 1-0 series lead. It's going to be very interesting to see how Dallas is going to come out and play. Same thing with the Dream, because right now we've seen two blowouts right now. Obviously, the last couple of days. Right now, tonight was the Liberty Mystics, and also the Aces in the Sky. Especially with the Sky, not really. Well, not one of the teams that I'm very not impressed with. Having an 8 team that's more than a few games under 500. And yes, I know that's one little nitpick that I have with the Sky, but I will say with the Sky that one of the positives I could see going with the Sky. Yes, I know that we're not playing. We played yesterday. I think a couple of days ago. I think, but regardless. But yeah. So right now, obviously they showed. It was especially the third. I mean, if you're a Mystics fan, it's showing that third quarter shooting. It was really poor. 1 for 8 combined. That really didn't look good. But regardless, it's gonna be a lot of fun for tonight as well, especially with the WNBA postseason coming along. Obviously with the NFL around already here. Well, let's say we're going to entering week 3 of the season. Well, week 2 for a lot of other teams. It's gonna be different for a change. Like I said, do a little bit of something different. Still do the WNBA postseason, but I'm going to try to work on some other different teams too, not just for my Las Vegas Aces at the same time. But hey, we need to know. But what's going on, Daniel? Right now, we're tip-off is in the next 5 minutes. So that before we get up into it, we are going to take a little quick break. So stick around, and we'll get ready for tip-off in the next 5 minutes. I almost forgot my mic was muted, so that's a little bit blunder. But what do you gotta do? But yeah, so we are going to get ready for tip-off. Obviously, bring up the scoreboard for tonight's action. Like I said, for those who've been around the channel for a long time, know that I use these scoreboards for non-copy, so I won't get for non-copyright purposes. So yeah. Okay. So last playoff appearance for the Dream was back in 2018. Last playoff series win was back in 2009 as the Detroit Shock. For those who remember the old, and that's when they rebranded to the Dallas Wings. All right, so we got Ryan Howard so far this regular season series. We're against the Wings, averaging 18 points, 6 rebounds, 3.7 assists. What's going on, RC? Yeah, it is on ESPN2. Obviously, after we saw a blowout between the Mystics and the Liberty. Well, your starting lineups got Alicia Gray, Danielle Robinson, Ryan Howard, Monique Billings, Cheyenne Parker. For Dallas, got Arike Ogubawale, Crystal Dangerfield, Satu Sabali, Natasha Howard, and Tiara McCowan at the 5 spot for the Dallas Wings. Also, obviously for me, always had in my top 5 MVP conversation, but right now, the way it's been looking for most of this year was like a 3-way race between Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, and probably maybe Alyssa Thomas, even really considering all that fact. So you had Satu Sabali right now on the front of the thumbnail for those who have not seen. So a nice little sold-out crowd here in Dallas. And tip-off won by the Dream. So yeah, out to what's that? We got Robinson. Looks like out to Howard. Howard back out to Robinson with the screen. Robinson kicks it out to Billings for 3. Down it goes for Monique Billings. Already quick 3-0 lead for the Dream. And I got to Ogubawale. Out to Dangerfield. Looks like to Sabali for 3. Or sorry, that's McCowan. Pulls it up a little short. Pulled down by Cheyenne Parker. Or so that's Alicia Gray. Mostly not out to Cheyenne Parker in the post. And off to Howard. Front rim. Cannot go with. Rebound down, pulled down by McCowan. Here comes Ogubawale with plays some little nice ball handling, and ball gets knocked out of bounds. We're going the other way, back to Atlanta. So a little quick early turnover by the Wings. We got Howard. Howard not kind of taking it herself, hands it off to back up to Howard, gets the kick out, drives up and under, down it goes for Ryan Howard. Already quick 5-0. Best of 5, or I think best of 3 or best of 5. Could be. It might have been best of 5. So now I got Ogubawale. And that was intended to Sabali and just knocked out of bounds, going the other way. 8:28 here in, I don't know why the selection moment there. Oh no! God damn it! There we go. I was like, heck yeah, that's good. Already quick 7-0, and Wings right now kind of now starting out sluggish. Now to Sabali at the top of the key. Sabali drives, had to pull up. Down it goes for Satu, and we'll draw the contact going to the line for the 3-point play. And that's the first team foul on Atlanta. I mean, that's what that's what the Wings will do. They'll use right now have the height advantage. Since the All-Star break, almost 20 points per game for Sabali, and it makes the free throw. But now it looks like my name Monique Billings. Kind of hard to see the names on the back of the jersey. So out to looks like okay. So Billings out to Howard at the top on the wing. It hands it off to let's say Howard again from mid range. Down it goes. Easy money for Ryan Howard. And I go Google Wally out to Crystal Dangerfield. Back out to Sabali. Sabali drives to the basket. We'll use her length, and that is good for two. By Satu Sabali. All right, back down 4. 3 by Howard. Oh, my goodness. That is money. So, all right, 12-5. Dallas kind of struggling early. Then we got Sabali driving to the basket. Off the glass, a little bit too high. Offensive board. No, can't go. Falls into the hands. I think Chris out to Parker in the paint. Oh, nice. Oh, reverse scoop. Cannot go. And rebound picked up by Tierra McCowan. But now we got Sabali leading the charge. Oh, we'll find an open lane. We'll get poked and we'll draw the contact going on. Might be going to the line for 2. Please get right back into this. Satu Sabali. I think I might be saying that wrong. Oh, well. So 2 free throws coming for Sabali. Already 18.6 points per game, which is career high in the WNBA. So the first free throw is good. Dallas down 6. And Tanisha Wright in her second with them dream. And both free throws are good by Sabali. There's a guy that looks like Atkins. I'm sorry, that's number 3. I'm sorry, I can't not really. That's going to be no good. However, that's going to be the first team foul on the Dallas Wings. All right. And that was on Crystal Dangerfield. Jeez, almost have a hard time saying that. But the first free throw is good, so it's 13-7. So Sunday game 2, you have the Lynx and Connecticut at 1 o'clock Eastern time live on ESPN. And then the Aces and Sky, 3 o'clock Eastern on ABC. And a quick little kick ball, and that's going to stay with Dallas. And I got Aguba Wale now out to Dangerfield, leading the point. And I got McCowan coming out. And tough defense. And we get an offensive foul. We're going the other way. It's another. Yes, it's been a while since I've done the WNBA postseason, so I thought it was a best of 5. So what was we got? Number 3 out to looks like we got like Howard coming up, pulls up from mid range, a little bit too strong on the back iron, pulled down by Natasha Howard. Dangerfield with a nice little crossover, cannot hit, and rebound pulled down by Ryan Howard, leading the charge for the Dream. And that is taken away by Natasha Cloud. Nice Natasha Howard drives, and she'll go to the line for 2. That's going to be the third team foul on the Dallas Wings. I'm pretty sure. Let's be real, RC. I'm pretty sure we're going to be sweeping the Sky. The Sky ain't really much nothing. Okay, so Danielle. So So Sabali to the, I'm sorry, that's Sabali actually drawing the contact. And the first, down and easy, 14-8 in favor of the Dream over the Dallas Wings. Sabali. Jesus. And both free throws are good. Already 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Now we got Robinson leading the charge. Hands it off to Howard. Howard out to, looks like, to Alicia Gray. That puts it up good for 2. And now we got Dangerfield out to Howard to Sabali. Back out to Natasha Howard in the post. Little baby hook, a little bit short, pulled out by Howard. Here comes Danielle Robinson leading the charge. Robinson drives. We'll draw the contact, but no whistle. We'll be strong off the back iron for Robinson. We got Dangerfield. Now to Ogubawale. Hands it off to McCowan. Out to, looks like Sabali. Fadeaway jumper. Down it goes. Easy money for Enrique Ogubawale. So already 16-11. We got it. And almost to take it away, but still kept by Daniel Robinson. Open 3 by Alicia Gray. A little bit strong off the back rim. Ogubawale pulls down the rebound. And that's taken away by Natasha. By Monique Billings. I'm sorry, that's Alicia Gray out to Howard. Howard not posting up by. Now hands it off. Oh, and then we get a foul at 4:26 here in the first. Well, we get a first timeout here, so we get a little going over some stuff while we do that. But you know. And obviously showing the Detroit Shock, which became the Dallas Wings after 2009. God, it feels like that's been so long ago. That's crazy. But what are you gonna do? But overall, like I said, for Dallas Wings fans, I really want to say you want to hit the panic button, but with the Wings, me and my buddy Tar, we actually talked to this once before on the Ballin' with the Lace before we integrated that with the All-Star Sports Show, that we did kind of talk about. The Wings at times can be very streaky at times, and sometimes a little bit inconsistent in some games. And yes, and has a tendency, and they have another team that I've seen out of multiple throughout this year with slow starts. Like the Aces, for example, always had slow starts this year. Same with the Dallas Wings. Pretty much everyone had slow starts in the first quarter. And yeah, it's already a quick 5-point lead. However, it also depends, who can win the turnover battle. Because right now, what I've seen so far almost through this first quarter was the lack of closeout on the perimeter. And at times, it's like the perimeter defense is not even there at times. And someone like Tiara McCowan, I think they really have to really clean up on that, because if you're going to let someone like Ryan Howard or maybe Alicia Gray occasionally would really just will hit threes, because right now the only threes been hit right now is Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. Already 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. And now we're going to have McDonald and Hillman now on the floor for the Dream. But the offense for the Dallas Wings this season combined 39.8 points per game. So they're one of 4 teams with 3 scoring with 15 plus a game. Led both the NBA or WNBA in offensive rebounds and second chance points. I mean, that's kind of where the height comes into play for the Dallas Wings. They pretty much have height Tierra McCowan, Natasha Howard. It's not like a small ball lineup, but they're running with all bigs, but it'd be scoring bigs. And it looks like we're gonna have. We got Natasha Howard, 3-time WNBA champion, one with Minnesota and 2 times with the Seattle Storm, who, let's be real, has been god awful. But we got Billings, screened by Howard, and that's taken away by Sabali, and that's going to be easy coast to coast, good for 2. So a nice little takeaway. That's 11 first quarter points for Sabali, 3 for 4 from the floor, and that is going to be a traveling against Atlanta. Honestly, that was on McDonald. We got called for the traveling violation. So already a 3-point lead. We've got Crystal Dangerfield leading the charge, walking into the half court set, screened by McCowan. And a tough little pesky defense by Atlanta on the perimeter. Here comes Dangerfield, drives, pulls up from a little bit strong, pull down by Alicia Gray. You will take it at her side. That's Monique Billings. Gets blocked up top by by Tierra McCowan. I'm sorry, that's Natasha Howard gets credit with the block. .338 side or inbound out to Billings. Now hands it all to Howard. That is good. Nice little mid-range from Ryan Howard. Already 9 points, 4 or 5 from the field. So we got Howard off to Sabali. Sabali inside the 3-point line. A little bit strong. Pull down. And here comes Howard. Good for 2. Already 20-13. The Dream lead early over the Wings. And now we got out to another tournament takeaway for the Dream. McDonald cannot hit. Off board, pull down. Oh, Christ, and ESPN. A nice little assist by Gubawale. Already an open 3 by Atlanta. All right, so back up to 8. Now hands it all to, let's say, Gubawale with a floater. Gets the friendly bounce. That is now cut up to 6. And now we got Billings. So that's Howard taking it up. Taking it herself to the basket. Whoa, a little bit too strong. Pull down by Gubawale and to Sabali. We'll have to pull it back out to Gubawale with a step back 3. A little bit too strong. And that's Billings pulling down the rebound. And there goes McDonald. Here comes Alicia Gray to the basket. Down it goes for Alicia Gray. Already 25-17. Already. So field goal already 10 of 18 for the Dream from the field, combined to the 6 of 14 for the Wings. Now Gubawale out to McCowan. That's taken away by Ryan Howard, who leads the charge. Hands out to Alicia Gray. Gray pulls up for 3. Down it goes for Alicia Gray. So Alicia Gray increased, some nice little 3-point shooting, of which the Dream can do. And that kind of what I said about the closeout defense on the perimeter. So Howard out, and that's taken away by Ryan Howard again. Nice little pump fake, and that is good for 2. And already, Sabali from the free throw line, a little bit too strong. Can McCowan try to fight for the rebound? Gets it, and it will be knocked out of bounds. So it looks like at 48. So Ryan Howard, 16 points, 7 and 9 for the field with 2 steals. And McCowan, the first free throw, down it goes. 30-18 with 48.2 remaining here in the first quarter. McCowan, regular season against Atlanta in the 3-game set, already averaged 8.3 points per game off 50% shooting with 10 rebounds per game. That's kind of what Tierra McCowan is all about, is just rebounding. And both free throws are good by McCowan. But now we got McDonald now directing traffic. Now looks like it hands it off to Hillman. Back up. Now to looks like a little bit tough. Hillman for 3. Down it goes. So now already it's 33-19. We're about to reach the end of the first quarter here. Out to, looks like McCowan. And that is good. Actually, that's, can't think of her name right now. That 3, oh my Lord, that is good. 36-21, and we are at the end of the first. The Atlanta Dream take quarter 1, 36. Oh, I don't know why I didn't fix the scoreboard, but here we are. All right. All right. So right now we're seeing Keeler and Burton on the floor. Okay. That was Keeler. All right. It's going to take me a while to get used to the little bit of the changes for the Dallas Wings because I've hardly ever did their games this year. And the Dream, it's going to take me a while. I want to say not take me a while, but it's going to give me, got to refresh my memory. Obviously, since my Aces played them in the regular season, and well, let's just be real, that wasn't the greatest game that I've seen or I've done on the channel, but hey, here we are. But I mean, it's been fun doing the postseason, though. And like I said, right now we're seeing combined. I mean, for the Dallas Wings as a team right now, they're shooting 7 for 17 from the field for 41.2% from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. And right now, good from the line with 7 free throws apiece. Perfect from the line. The Dream, who I've always thought, is good. Got some good 3-point shooters. Nice, not just from Ryan Howard, but Alicia Gray can hit some. Same with A.D. Durr. But pretty much they rely on Gray and Howard in terms of the 3 ball most times, and not from when especially going back to last year as well. Especially with my Aces when we played them. But like I said before, the one thing that I've talked or I touched on was the fact that despite getting outscored 36-21 in that first quarter, it was the one thing it was the fact that Dallas, their closeout defense is not the greatest. And, for a team that uses a lot of height to their advantage, the fact you couldn't, right now, just couldn't really get it going. I mean, in terms of the turnovers, the Dream only one. Only three turnovers to the Dallas 7. And that was the one thing, not just from the Dallas side of things, and just from what I've seen this year, especially for a lot of teams, they've lost a lot of games. Teams lost a lot of games, especially in this regular season, through turnovers. I mean, Phoenix, well, let's be real, they've been god awful. So, I mean, really can't really talk about them much because they pretty much been god awful almost every single category. Pretty much, I think they were leading the league in turnovers. I think 16 a game, which is not how you want to win games. I mean, you already lost a lot amount of games, so quite honestly, it's that was ridiculous. I would say, but I mean, look, Phoenix was turned out to be terrible. The Fever, is not a great record, but at least slight improvement than what they were last year. They were 5-30, 5-31. I forgot it was a 36-game season last year, so they actually added extra 4 games. But yeah, it was an ugly season for if you're a Mercury fan. Seattle in particular, they just, well, whatever reason, took a huge 180, so to speak. And now you got women like someone like Jewel Lloyd right now, kind of. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she actually left the Seattle Storm. I mean, yes, and no, she does have one more year left on her deal, but already here in the second quarter, with looks like Cooler. Oh, and that's going to be knocked out of bounds, and we're going the other way. And right now, and that's kind of what the and already it looks like we got McDonald. And of course, we have a little conversation with Natisha Wright. We got 80 Durr. Out to Ryan Howard. Howard with the screen. Goes around the screen. Will drive. Oh, it gets tripped up. And looks like we're going to get a jump ball at 9:27 here in the second. So Ryan Howard, 19 first quarter points. So time for most any quarter in WNBA playoff history. 8 of 10 from the field, 3 of 3 from the 3-point line. So it looks like we're going to have Kuehler and Howard to tip it off. Obviously, you're going to get rest in the position. And Kuehler, so the 3, a little bit strong on the back rim. Offensive rebound, fought by Natasha Hillman, and that's a 3. Down it goes. Already. A 39-21. And that's no good. Pulled down by Atlanta. There's a Durr. Oh, gets blocked up top by Kuehler. Looks like she might have drawn the foul, but that's going to be the first on Dallas here in the second. So 80 Durr to the line for 2. Like I said, I think I said this once before. Like I said, we're open to any sports team around here, but both free throws are good. Now it's a 20-point lead for the Wings. Looks like we got Ogubawale out to. Oh, that could not go. Pull down by Atlanta. Here comes. Looks like Alicia Gray leading the charge. Out to. It's like Hillman. That shot can't fall. Good rebound by Dallas. Right now, like I said, they're doing their thing with the rebounding. That's like Ogubawale off the glass. That is good for 2. And all right, trying their best to we'll get back into this one. Already 6 points for Ogubawale, 3 or 4 from the field. Really, right now, here comes 80 Durr. A little short pull down. It looks like Tierra McCowan. Here comes Ogubawale. Ogubawale with some fancy ball handling, and we'll draw the contact, and that's going to be the first on Ari McDonald. But shout out to everyone though. So 7:52. The side out for Sabali. So Google Wally can't get that to fall. Oh, almost knocked it out of bounds. But here comes Alicia Gray. Gray takes it herself from the free throw line. A little bit short. Offensive rebound chased down by Durr. Hillman. And it's got to be an offensive foul. We're going the other way. Yeah, Google wall. That's it. Out to Tierra McCown in the post with a double team. Nice little kick out for a three. Down it goes. Finally, the Dallas Wings finally get their first three. Oh, that's the first three to fall. 1 for 4 from behind the arc. So we got Shook Sutton, I think it was. No. Here comes Gray. Say out to and Hillman gets her pocket picked. Now another turnover. Here comes Sabali. Sabali thought about pulling up, but kicks it out for another open three. And we get a foul. It's gonna be a three free throws. And that's number 2. Who do we got on the floor right now? Looks like we got Kalani. Okay, so we got Kalani Brown's on the floor. Oh, is that Sims? All right. Like I said, I haven't really done any Dallas games. So number 30. So we got number two to the line. But the first free throw, it falls at 41-27. The dream. Oh, I was right. Odyssey Sims. I was right. But 1 and 2 from the line. Got one more for the Wings. Right now, it's like I said, I'm not going to really say. And 2 or 3 from the line goes to Sims. But now we got Durr. I'm sorry, that's Robinson back up on the floor. Now hands it off to Howard. Howard goes around. Oh, somebody out to Gray. Now to Monique Billings. Now posting up on McCowan. Here comes Howard. Little short mid-range, can't fall. And an offensive rebound is going the other way to the Dallas Wings. Like I said, it's not great if you're a Dallas Wings fan. It's not good. But hey, what we got? Looks like I really can't see. Sabali, step back 3, short, and rebound pulled down by Howard. Howard now taking it herself. And it gets tripped up on her over on 2 feet, but somehow gets it out to Billings. Billings to the basket. We'll have to pull it right back out to Alicia. That's Robinson off the glass, can't finish. And Natasha Howard pulls down the board. Here comes Sabali. And that's taken away by Alicia Gray. Now here we go to a fast break. That's got to be an easy coast. Oh, it gets blocked up top, and we get a foul. That's going to go against the Dallas Wings. Oh. Alrighty. So, friggin'. Yeah, of course. Of course, the ESPN app wants to screw me, but hey, looks like we're in a timeout break right now. All right, but hey, we're in a timeout break. Shout out to everyone that's are tuning into the stream for the first time. Like I said, we're not really kind of new around to the WNBA. We've been doing this for about a year and a half. This is our hmm. All right. Mm. Uh, it's one of my favorites. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, we try not to be too wrestling heavy because we've been very wrestling heavy this past summer because obviously the MLB shows that we used to do, they're not hitting anymore like it used to. But ever since with the WNBA in terms of the fall sports, with the NBA coming around, going to be doing a lot of some mostly Flyers games. So if you're a Flyers fan, I'm going to bear with me on the names. It's gonna be a lot of fun in terms of the Flyers. Sixers, not so much, but there's gonna be a lot of other NBA content. Gonna be doing a lot of other teams. Like I said, we don't really discriminate. It doesn't matter if you're a Cowboy. Like, okay, so perfect example of the way I am explaining this. Let's say if you're a Cowboys fan, if you want to see some Dallas Cowboy games on this channel, you got it. Same with the Giants, Jets, or if you're a Knicks fan, whatever the case may be. We got everything pretty much. So we're going to be doing a lot of the hard work for y'all to get the best, some good content as the best. Look, as the best to our ability. Because, like I said, we're not really. But yeah, like I said, we'll do. Um, right now, the only sports we're probably not. I really do like Maxie. I think the kid's got a very high upside. The fact he even fell to us, which is fantastic. But it's not. I won't really compare it to Harden, but Max is more of a shooting guard. But he's really done a lot to improve his 3-point shot. Now, yes, as the defensively, not the greatest in terms of defensively, but we got Alicia Gray to the line for 2, and she hits the first. It's 42-28. Um, and both free throws are good. And already we have, looks like Sims taking it up for the Dallas Wings. Picked up by Gray, and of course, ESPN decides to buffer it. All right, well, that figures itself out for whatever reason. Oh, sorry, apparently there was a 3 that was hit. So we finally got Maddie Secrets now up on the floor. I'll see a Google Wally, and it finally hits the 3. Second 3 hit by the Dallas Wings. Out to, looks like Kalani Brown gets the bucket and cuts it down to 10. Now we got Robinson. Picked up by, looks like a Google Wally. Comes out with the hands it out to Howard. Now to Gray. Back out to Robinson. And that's taken away by Crystal Dangerfield. Or sorry, and obviously Natasha Howard gets called for the traveling violation. We got Robinson picked up by Sims. Out to Hillman. And that's taken away by here comes Natasha Howard, gets blocked by Elite. And that's still that blocks nonetheless. Cuts it down to 8 for the Dallas Wings. So kind of go over. Hey, look, nothing I can really do. Nothing I really can do about that. Well, we get a timeout by the Wings. So by the Dream. The Wings been on a 14-2 run in the last 4 minutes, 29 seconds. I mean, nothing I. Well, yeah, we're already quick to a timeout break. All right, man, look. Already at 8-point deficit for the Wings. I think right now you still had Sims on the floor. Yeah, so pretty much the only ones I have not seen from the Dream is Letitia Amy here. I thought actually was a very nice little solid forward. From South Carolina, Rupert. But I mean, bringing it down. Well, look, nothing. Like I said, I can't really do much about it. You gotta have to take it out. Well, and that's the thing too. Like in round one, you're seeing teams like, well, let's go to the Sky. Look, I think the Sky got lucky because you had the Sparks kind of bottom out. It fell flat on their face as bad as they did. So, I do think we're season. I think we're definitely sweeping the Sky, but I really wouldn't say. But hey, look, it is what it is. Really, nothing I can't really say. But I mean, look, I got to give the Sky where credit is due. Is the fact that I wanted like before James Wade took the position that he did for the Toronto Raptors, I could have thought I swore not say swore, but I thought this team could be a lot better than what they were. And yes, I mean with the new interim GM slash head coach, um, yeah, I think that's going to take a little bit of time. But I think Kalia Coppers should be a nice little foundation piece, along with yes, I know you don't have Courtney Vandersloot. She walked to New York. Um, but I don't think the what is it? All right, I'm gonna lose my train of thought here. But I mean, yeah, I do want to see more from or at least see more effort from the Chicago Sky because quite honestly, they've been not say super disappointing, but not been very impressive. Like a perfect example of that when James Wade was here with the Chicago Sky, um, that's what I'm saying. RC, look, I thought the Sky, like I said, I think the Sky got lucky. Not saying that's a bad thing, but when you really look at the battle of the 8 seed league wise, the 8 seed was not really the much competition. I mean, you had the Sky and the Sparks. The Sparks fell flat on their face towards the end of the year. And, I got to get, like I say, that's the one thing got to get the Sky a lot of credit for. It. Yes, there may be a few games under 500, but they still pushed to get that 8 spot. And obviously, right now, right now, the 3 teams that were automatically playoff losers or be automatically eliminated from the postseason was Indiana, Seattle, and Phoenix. Indiana, the positive like you could take away from them is the fact they had a bit of a better improvement season than what they did last year, but still not enough to the point where they could be pushing for a playoff spot. The fact that you had to run through your offense should have been running through a Boston, in my honest opinion. And I do like Kelsey Mitchell. Exactly. Like I don't think that's the thing too with the Fever. Oh, well, we are back. I did not because apparently the ESPN wants to screw me. But apparently we get another foul. Looks like going on Dallas. So now I got to fix the damn game clock because ESPN wants to fuck me up on the damn what do you call it? But yeah, I mean I get you, RC. But so looks like Robinson out to Howard. That shot can't fall. Pull down a Wale, leading the charge. Pulls up for 3, off the mark, and that's gonna be off the hands and staying with Dallas. So Dallas right now, like I said, I mean, I even said, when I put this out on Twitter, struggling offensively to get anything going. So tough defense on Wale with a hook down. It gets the friendly bounce. That is good for 2. Now we got Robinson leading the point. Under 3.5 to play here in the first half. Picked up by Sims. And Wale comes up with the steal, and that's going to be an easy coast to coast for Enrique Wale, who, quite honestly, for me, could have been an easy MVP consideration. But an 18-2 run of the last almost 6 minutes, and we get a foul, or so it's going to be knocked out of bounds on Wale. So already with 3:04 remaining here in the. So we get a side out for the Dream. I mean, side out now out to Billings. Let's say Howard fighting her way through. Out to Gray for 3. Down it goes, Alicia Gray. That's a second 3 by Alicia Gray. It's 46-39. Under 3 minutes to play here in the second. So we got a Sims. Now picking it up. Now hands it up to Wale. Gets a bouncing off her hand. And looks like Tanisha Wright wants to. Looks like that. Tanisha Wright is looking to, or pretty much arguing that Wale last touched it out of bounds. But however, it looks like it's still staying with the Wings. We get a side out. Out to Sabali. Sabali gets blocked up top. Picks up by Alicia Gray. Here comes Monique Billings and gets knocked out of her hands, but still stays. And Odyssey Sims with a nice defensive stop. And yes, and got knocked out of bounds, but however, so a good defensive showing by Odyssey Sims. I just gotta really like that name though. Now we got Robinson. It picked up by Sims to Alicia Gray, who's hit a couple threes tonight. Out to Robinson. I can't tell who else is on the floor with that. Was it? That 3 is no good. And knocked into the hands, right into the hands of Wale. Here comes Sabali. I'm sorry, that's Crystal Dangerfield. Or sorry, that's Sims. Out to. That 3 is good. By Sabali. Hits the 3. And it's down to a 4-point lead for the Dream. That's already 16 points for Satu Sabali. 5 and 9 from the field. Robinson to the basket. Up and under, cannot go. Looks like blocked up top. Coast to coast. Easy money for Sabali. It's now down to 2 here in this first half. A 23-5 run in the last 7 minutes, 15 seconds for the Dallas Wings. And looks like we get a time. So it's back to a 2. And that's just a good-looking 3 by Sabali. That's just, like I said, I mean, I've always liked Sabali. And quite honestly, easy. I mean, the second half she had in the regular season should have been put at least in definitely top 5 MVP consideration. That mid-range, that's over the backboard, and it's going to go back to Dallas with an opportunity to either tie or take the lead here in the first half. So now we got hands it off to Wale, putting Alicia Gray on ice skates. Out to. So we get a whistle. Looks like going against Atlanta. I mean, she's a phenomenal player. I mean, I will give her the respect that she deserves. I don't think she gets enough love that she really deserves. And almost another turnover by Dallas. 3 falls short. And here comes the Dream. Let's say out to, looks like Monique Billings in the post. Turnaround jumper off the glass, can't go. Offensive rebound, taken away by, that's knocked out of the hands by Odyssey Sims. And here comes Sims, taking it to Sabali, cannot go. Put back, good for two, and we're tied. We're tied at 46 apiece here in the first half. And looks like Billings with a turnaround fadeaway, short, and pulled down by Natasha Howard. So now we got, looks like Crystal Sabali slowly kind of directing traffic with about 20 seconds here in the first half. All not up at 46. Gets the handoff right back. And that's another taken away by Alicia Gray. 2-on-1. And that is good. Emran, she's going to the line for two. Or for the three-point play. I am sorry about that one. 11.2 remaining here in the first half. I mean, he had two defenders chasing down Alicia Gray, but not really enough to get the really stop that from going. But so we're going to 3-point play with 11.2. With both teams are in the bonus, so any more fouls will be will be automatic free throws. So Alicia Gray, 15 points, 3 of 4 from 3, 5 of 7 from the field overall. The 3-point play is good. Now it's back up to 3. Now we got a Gubawale. Down to 8 seconds. Gubawale kind of putting the ice skates on. And out to, looks like McCowan will get the bucket. And we'll go to the line for the 3-point play to tie it. So good look by Arike Gubawale. What up, Snowman? Yeah, I was Atlanta did fell a little bit. It's just, like I said, they're very inconsistent. And now it's back to a tie game with 0.8 of a second remaining before we get to the half. And they're just going to, and we are at the half here, ladies and gentlemen. Tied at 49 apiece. And quite honestly, be interesting to watch, quite honestly. And so you had Ryan Howard's hot start to kick it off. Snowman, I use Score Count. It's right in the corner. It's scorecount.com. That's where I use my scoreboard, because boy, you can imagine how many times people ask me to show the game on some of the play-by-plays that I do. But yeah, I think an old buddy of mine. I think it might have been, I can't think of his name at the moment, but he was the one who, or actually I think it might have been Jake, actually brought up the idea or told me where to get the scoreboard. But yeah, I use it a lot, whether it's for MLB purposes, the NFL, NBA. They got everything. Yeah, it is free. What you want to do. Oh yeah, you don't really have to pay for it. Just go to scorecount.com. And obviously, depending on what sport you're doing that week, for me, if I'm doing the NBA, I go with the NBA option. But we'll teach some people how to use it. But hey, so obviously, for those who are just coming in, we are at the half, tied at 49 apiece. And quite honestly, Dallas did their thing, outscoring the Dream in the second quarter, 28-13. And really looking at, now you have Ryan Howard, and boy, pretty much when you look at the scoring for the Dream, Ryan Howard, 19 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Yeah, I mean, it's better. I will say this too. It's better to have a secondary monitor, to have a scoreboard to use a scoreboard like this. That's just for me, in my personal opinion, because it makes it a lot easier to operate it for me. Yeah, that's just, I mean, to each their own. I'm not really going to discriminate, but hey. But I mean, yeah, I mean, look, Dream finished the year 19-21, so I'm not really going to nitpick on that a little bit. But the Dream, boy, second quarter, they were kind of slow, I would say, to get slow out of the gate in the second, only put up 13 after putting up 36 in the first. Howard, she was doing her thing, 8 of 14 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. with 19 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Now that yeah, but right now turnovers are right now it's what's killing both teams combined for 21 turnovers. And well, let's just be real. When you lose it, when you're trying not to lose a turnover battle, most times than not, that's how you want to win games. Is try to win over the turnover battle. But yeah, but you know how it is. Yeah, but you know how it is. So, like I said, we're going to take a bit of a quick halftime break and stay tuned. Stay tuned for the second half. Alrighty, we are about to start the third quarter. Because right now, okay, so obviously that second quarter was a little bit better for the Wings. Because let's be real, that first quarter was a I don't know. It was not obviously the first quarter was not great for the Wings, but obviously made it up in the second quarter. And just really went on that nice little run for almost 8 minutes for let's almost put up a 30-point run in almost in 8 minutes. So it's going to be impressive to see because, like I said, in terms of the rest of besides the Aces taking care of business against the Sky, you saw the Mystics the Liberty took care of the Mystics. I'm pretty sure Connecticut's going to really pretty much dispatch the Minnesota Lynx. But I'd be surprised if somehow the Lynx would even the series, but I don't know. But already we're going to get an inbound. The regular season teams that trail by 20 points at any game are 2-89. That's yay. Dallas trail by 20 and somehow tied it at half. But already we got Sims taking it up for the Wings to start that second half to Natasha Howard. Out to Gubal Wale, pulls up for three. That's no good. And Monique Billings pulls down the board. Here comes Robinson, picked up by a Gubal Wale. We'll have to put some brakes on it. And now hands it off to Gray, who's been kind of red hot from three. Out to Billings from the free throw line, pulls up. A little bit in and out, and falls to the hands of Gray with a putback. Good for two, and Atlanta retakes the lead by 2 here in the third quarter. Now we got Sims out to Howard. Now back to Sabale. That is good for 2, and now we get a tie game at 51. I got Gray. Pulls up. A little bit too strong. Pulled down by Cheyenne Parker, she might have loses control, and that's going to be out of bounds, going to the other way to Dallas. But now we got Sims, now kind of directing traffic crossing the half court. Hands up to Sabali, now out to Natasha Howard. Back to, looks like McCowan to Ogubawale. Ogubawale on the baseline, out to Sims. Out to Sabali for 3, short. Pulled down by by Cheyenne Parker. Here comes Robinson. Screen. Goes around a screen. Picked up to Billings. Gets the friendly tip, and that is good for 2 on a nice little fingertip touch by Monique Billings. So we got Sims on the wing. Out to, and that's picked off by Monique Billings. Out to Alicia Gray, to Robinson. Robinson pulls up from short mid-range and will draw the contact. That's going to be the first team foul here in the third for the Dallas Wings. With 8:07 remaining here in the third. So we're going to be 2 free throws coming for Atlanta, I would think. So it'll be Danielle Robinson to the line for 2. And the first by Robinson is good, 54-41. And 1 or 2 from the free throw line. Picked up by a rebound to Sabali. Out to Ogubawale on the baseline with the floater. Can't finish. Alicia Gray pulls down the rebound, and looks like we're going to get a jump ball. That's at 7:57. All righty, so, and of course, yeah, that is true. Both that was something in the regular season when you got a chance to watch one of these 2 teams play. There was a lot of technical fouls. It was a mess. I didn't do that game, but I did watch it. It was a crazy game, I will have to say. But we've got under 8 minutes. We get a jump ball at the free throw line. And obviously, jump ball into the hands of Odyssey Sims. Looks like Natasha Howard can't hit. That's going to be knocked out of bounds, and that's going to stay with, looks like, stays with Dallas. Inbound out. Another quick inbound, and however, we get a foul at 7:48. It looks like that was sat too, and she might have taken a shot a little bit slow to get up off the floor. Yeah, that's true. And that was the one thing that was kind of disappointing, kind of in her first three. When I look back at it through NBA League Pass, she couldn't stay healthy with it, worth a lick. But now it looks like we might be. So right now we're going to review for a comment foul, but we're going to try to review. The review could also determine could upgrade to a flagrant. So we'll have to wait and see how that really turns out. We're looking at it. I don't know that's going to be upgraded. I think that's just a straight common foul for me when I'm looking at the replay. Yeah, I don't think there's enough to really kind of upgrade it to a flagrant. But if she could do a bit of a shot in the face, that's a whole different thing. Yep. Yeah. There was no way there was not enough to upgrade it to a flagrant one. It was just a straight common foul. It is what it is. So 7:48, so 2 free throws. So it looks Satu's fine. But I mean, look, one tough lady though. But 2 free throws coming. And the free throw is good. And both free throws are good. But now here comes Howard crossing half court. And that is poked away. And Howard recovers on the baseline out to some good ball movement out to Alicia Gray for 3. A little bit short off the side. It picked up by Ricky Ogubawale. And we get a blocking foul. And it looks like offensive foul. We're going the other way. That's 7:26. And now we got Robinson. Hands off to Howard. Howard out to, looks like Monique Billings. Back out to Howard. Pulls up from mid-range. A little bit short. Offensive board by Cheyenne Parker. Back out to Howard. I'm sure that's Billings. Billings gets blocked. Gets her own miss. With a putback, that is good for 2 by Monique Billings. So under 7 minutes to play here in the third. So now we got Dangerfield kind of picking up by Alicia Gray. Gray, who's very pesky on the defensive end of the floor. You got Dangerfield out to Sabali, who took a shot. Out to McCowan. Nice little fadeaway for 2 by Tierra McCowan. It's under 6.5 to play. And then you got Robinson at the top of the key. We'll hand it off to Gray. Now hand it off to Howard. Howard pulls up for 3. Down it goes for Ryan Howard. 22 points for Ryan Howard. Ogubawale now hands it off to Natasha Howard. Now to Sabali. Now to Ogubawale. Ogubawale drives. A couple defenders on top. Off the glass. That is good for 2. It's a little tough shot by Ogubawale. I got Robinson in the half court. Already has 17 points for Wale here in this game. Now hands it off to Parker, and that's taken away. And that's taken away by Dallas. And here comes Tierra McCowan. Floater cannot go. Rebound to Alicia Gray. Gray taking it. Oh, that is just a wide open lane, but somehow, I don't know how. And it looks like, and I guess that's going to be another foul on Dallas, apparently. And I'm surprised how Dallas did not give him another book. So already 22 points, 4 assists, and 4 steals for Satu Sabali. And I got Sims now on the floor. Sims hands it off to Wale. Screened by McCowan, or by Howard, actually. Apology. And that shot can't fall. Offensive board. Nice put back by Tierra McCowan. It ties it to 59. We're at the 5-minute mark here in the third. It's been a very interesting game. But now we got Gray kind of putting the brakes, putting some fancy ball moves. Out to Robinson, back out to Parker. Parker out to Howard, pulls up for, or says Billings for 3, a little bit too strong off the back rim, pulled down by Sabali. And here comes Sims, out to McCowan, using that length, and Dallas retakes the lead by 2. Under our 4.5. That is the first lead tonight for the Dallas Wings. So tough, pesky defense by the Dallas, and that's getting knocked out of bounds. That stays with the Atlanta Dream. Shout out to the 14 total people that's in here, though. I appreciate anyone coming in for some. Honestly, let's be a more competitive game, because let's be the last 3 postseason games that I've seen were kind of blowouts. So we finally get a chance to watch an actual competitive postseason game here in the WNBA. Well, we get a quick commercial timeout. So there's a lot of things. There's some things especially in that part of that third quarter alone. Right now, Tierra McCowan, like I said, doing her thing, which is great. Let's be real, what they say, almost 7 feet. Really using her height to an advantage. Right now, like I said, I even said this earlier, with the Wings, really they came out really sluggish. I would say in the first half, but the Dream. Look, the Dream pretty much kept the foot on the gas for a while, and somehow just really kind of really let up. And quite honestly, that's something you do not want to do, especially at this time of the year when postseason basketball starts. But Enrique Gubawale is starting to get going. Most of the Wings are starting to get going, except for Sabali. Sabali's been pretty much their main scorer, pretty much for almost 2.5, almost 3 quarters after this point. Put up 2, and it's pretty much the same thing with Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard had 19 first quarter points, which tied for most in a single quarter in WNBA playoff history, which that's kind of crazy when you think about that. Right now it just got a little bit messy in terms of the fouls, the turnovers, and stuff like that. Some little small things, but not really much too. Really, because it's been right. The largest deficit for most of this game was 20 points. That was the lead for Atlanta, but most of it's been slightly just about a 1 score basically. That's been close. So after that first quarter though, and going to the tying up at the half, it's been nothing but at least 2, separated by at least 2 to 4 points easy. And that's what the Dallas Wings at times, kind of fall in their own way of struggling. But yeah, it's but it's been a very good competitive game, which I've been very but hey, look, we're in the third quarter right now. It's been a very competitive ball game between these two teams because, like I said before, Connecticut blowing out the Lynx, Aces blew out the Sky. Yeah, I know that's kind of weird to say, but it's true. I mean, the Aces blew out the Chicago Sky, and now you just had the Liberty kind of blow out the Washington Mystics. Oh, damn it, that's not what I meant to do. But yeah. But we are back from that commercial timeout. It's pretty much a 2-point game for most of this third, with a couple turnovers, maybe a couple fouls here and there, and just obviously just missing shots that most teams would like to have. But hey, what are you going to do? We're going to side out for Atlanta. We'll slide out to McDonald, who comes in off the bench, out to Billings. Billings hands it off to Alicia Gray will have to pull her right back out. Looks like to Howard, pulls up for three. It was short. An offensive board pulled down by Natasha Howard. And now we got Sims now leading the charge for the Wings. A 40-18 run since trailing 41-21. Agubawale to Sabali. Oh, nice little pump fake, short. Cannot get that to fall. And offensive and rebound. So apparently, it's able to look at a loose ball foul. Looks like that's going to be on. So it's at 3:48. That stops the clock to Atlanta. All right, here comes McDonald. 3:40 to go here in the third. Hands it off to Howard. Pulls up for three. Easy. And the Dream retake the lead. 25 points for Ryan Howard. 5 of 6 from three here tonight. That's been kind of the MO for the Dream. They got two women that can really pretty much carry the load on the three ball. Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard. So Agubawale picked up by Alicia Gray. Agubawale with the floater, can't get that to fall and gets her own rebound, puts it back up. A little bit short. Offensive board by McCowan, and McCowan will draw the contact. He's going to go to the line for two. So that, like I said before, that height advantage for McCowan is coming into play very nicely. So 62, McCowan with an opportunity to retake the lead for the Wings. Short on the first. And free throw attempt number 2. Oh, couple crucial free throws missed by McCowan. And Alicia Gray. Looks like we get a full court press. They're a 4-court zone by the Wings. Now we got McDonald now directing traffic. 2:50 to go here in the third. Got Howard. Hands it off to Alicia Gray. Mid-range shot. A little bit too strong. Pulled down by Odyssey Sims. Sims will hand it to Agubawale. Agubawale drives to the basket. Up and under. Cannot go. Rebound pulled down by Ryan Howard. Here comes Ari McDonald. McDonald thought about a three. Hands it off to Parker in the post. Back to Gray. To McDonald for three. A little bit too strong. Offensive rebound pulled down by Monique Billings. Puts it back up. That is good for two. By Monique Billings to increase the lead back up to 3. We reached the 2-minute mark here in the third. You got Sims out to Agubawale. Agubawale trying to find an open teammate. Hands it off to Natasha Howard. Back out to Agubawale to Sabali. Pulls up for 3. Down it goes for Sabali. I'm not entirely too sure. So tied up at 64. Got a minute 40. That is 25 points for Sabali. 4 to go on. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Howard for 3. Down it goes. That is 28 points for Ryan Howard. Oh boy, she is hot from 3. 6 of 7 from 3. I guess Sabali out to Agubawale. Oh, there's an open lane, and we'll draw the contact going to the line for 2. For Arike Agubawale. It might look like he took a shot. But look, she's okay. Oh, boy. Dude, Ryan Howard is cooking. So Agubawale, 8 of 18 from the field, 1 from 5 from 3 for 17 points. That is 18 points for Arike Okubawale. But other games coming up on Sunday. Unfortunately, I will not be available to do those games. Connecticut and Minnesota. That's going to be an easy sweep for. It's going to be an easy sweep for both. Well, mostly for the Connecticut. I really can't really count out the Sky, even though it's not the greatest. They're very scrappy. And 1 and 2 from the line. It's a 2-point game. Arike Gubawale, 18 from the field for 18 points. Got McDonald picked up. All right, I'm trying to think. Oh, that is almost a quick turnover. And turnover by the Dallas Wings. And we go coast to coast. And yes, sir, tie game. Going to stop the clock at 54 seconds even. We got McDonald posting up. Now to Howard, who's really been red hot tonight. Howard, step back three. Down it goes. Oh boy, that's 31 points. Woo! Now to Sabali. Fadeaway jumper, can't get that to fall. Monique Billings, I'm sorry, that's Parker with the rebounding. Here comes Ryan Howard, who's been, let's be real, been electric tonight for the Atlanta Dream. That was, and obviously we're down to pretty much going to let this clock run out. No, a little bit behind. Howard, tough, pulls up for three just for heat check purposes, and the third quarter comes to a close. We're down to the final 10. Atlanta holds a slight 3-point lead over the Dallas Wings after this commercial break. All right, man. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Shout out to 17, though. It's been very competitive. I really cannot complain. It's probably the best competitive games I've seen. That's for quite a while because in this regular season, there has been a lot, not just the regular season, even the postseason. So already a couple blowouts. Sabali, not a bad night. 27 points, down to 17 from the field, 4 assists, 4 steals, and pretty much she's doing, well, that's pretty much carrying all the scoring. Satu, man, she's doing all she can to really keep this game in hand, or at least keeping it in close reach. Because, like I said, after the first, during the first quarter, it was a 20-point deficit for the Wings, and they pushed through, to tie it in, to at least get it into, and especially in parts of the second quarter as well, tied it into the half, and then now you got right now kind of a quick 3-point game, pretty much. Quite honestly, I'm enjoying this game tonight. Very nice competitive game. And like I said, I'd rather enjoy competitive than a blowout because been very, very good so far. I will say, look, I have no complaints. It's just been I would say been a mostly from the defensive end for the Wings, not really the greatest in terms of the defense. At times, I think right now, currently, I think they're getting out rebounded by the Dream. Now, yes, there was a lot of times that the Dream will do not really have the height advantage, But what they do really make up for is, really out hustling you on the rebounds. And right now they're kind of really showing um, really let's be out rebounded the height advantage from the Dallas Wings. Rika Gubawale, Lesbro, not one of the best nights I've seen her play in terms of scoring wise. Satu, like I said, I've always think she always should be mostly in almost in every MVP conversation. The way how she, especially this year, but unfortunately, I mean, she had some pretty stiff competition with in terms of the consideration with Alyssa Thomas, Brianna Stewart, now Asia Wilson. Right now, it's kind of where that three-headed monster race is kind of heading. And look, no disrespect to Satu, but like I said, I think she's kind of really went up some stiff competition this year in terms of the MVP. But like I said, I think the award, it's going to be interesting, like who's going to be the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, that kind of thing. Coach of the Year, for me, I do think it's going to be Becky, but not by a landslide. I would have to say. But I mean, when like I said, I'm not trying to not say bias aside. I think Becky's going to be another repeat of Coach of the Year. But there's some other coaches like New York is definitely in consideration. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be a landslide by any stretch of the means. But we got Latricia Trammell in her first season as the Wings head coach, and honestly, not decent year this year in her first season. I would say I will admit that. Now we're down to the final 10 minutes. The question begs: can Atlanta increase their lead, or can all right? And now we got McDonald to kick off the fourth quarter. Now hands it off to Monique Billings, out to Howard, who's 7 for 9 from 3 for 31 points. They got McDonald, or sorry, that's Howard for 3. Down it goes. Now it's back up. The lead's up to 6 here in the fourth. 73-67. And of course, this picture. Natasha Howard pulls up for 3 of her own, a little bit short off the side iron, and that's going to be out of bounds. Back to Atlanta it goes. So 34 points for Jesus. Now we got McDonald. It comes out to 80 Durr, who's now come onto the floor. Out to Howard. Tough defense right on Ryan Howard and cannot put back. Rebound falls into the hands of Agubawale, who's just trying to go coast to coast. And obviously, tough defense. We had to put her breaks on. Odyssey Sims for 3. Down it goes for Odyssey Sims. And obviously puts it back up to a 3. Honestly, the way this has been going on, it's been hard. It's been kind of hard to say who's going to win that because it's been back and forth. But mostly, I think it's going to be the Dream, but we'll see. And up and under goes Agubawale. Then it's going to be the first foul on Atlanta. So we're going to see a couple free throws for Agubawale here in this quarter. Right now, I would say the better team is pretty much Dallas. If you're asking record wise, but Dallas has been sluggish or I'm gonna say not plain sluggish here in the second half, but the first half, Dallas was very sluggish. It was down 20 plus. Had to take most of the second quarter to realize to stay close with Atlanta because Atlanta, well, mostly it's from Ryan Howard. It's been cooking them from 3. But first free throw is good by Agubawale and 1 or 2 again from the line. But now we got Alicia Gray. Looks like out to Howard. Looks like for 3, a little bit short. And Sabali with a nice little rebound out. It's a nice little ball movement. That is good for 2. Now I've got a tie game at 73 apiece. Got Gray taking on a Sims. I'm sorry, it's Agubawale is picking up Alicia Gray. Gray to the basket. Can't finish. Put back, can't go. And we get a loose ball foul. We're going. And that's Tiara McCown who gets hit with her with a personal here in this quarter. Now put 8 minutes back, 1 second back on the clock. So side out for Atlanta. They get a nice little bounce pass to Alicia Gray, taking on Wale. Gray hands it off to Howard. Okay, so Dallas with some pesky defense with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Floater by Howard, can't go, and looks like there might be a foul, and that's going to go against the Dallas Wings. With 7:48 to go here in the fourth. There'll be 2 free throws coming for Ryan Howard. I'm sorry, it's going to be a side out. We get a side out. Now out to Gray. Gray around a couple defenders, up and under, put back, can't go, and there's another foul. And that's going against Dallas again. That's Natasha Howard picking up the foul. So right now it's been not great, to be quite honest. So we get a couple free throws coming for, and that is good. Already 34 points, 8 of 11 from 3, 13 for 24 from the field for Ryan Howard. Most all-time in the playoff debut, which, I mean, good for her. And Parker is 1 of 2 from the line. So now we get a lane violation. So 74-73. And Parker can't get it and gets her own miss. Oh, never mind. That falls in the hands of Sims. Taking it up for Dallas. Down 1, 7:33. Now out. And now we obviously quick little reach in at 7.5 to go. And that's going to be on Monique Billings, who gets flagged for the reach in. We got Atlanta by 2. I mean, if it holds. Odyssey Sims right now, 8 points, 2 of 2 from 3, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. You got Sabali, and we got another. And we got a traveling violation on Sabali. Another turnover by the Dallas Wings, which has been killing the Wings for most of this game in double-digit turnovers. That is their 15th of the night compared to the 12 for the Dream. We got McDonald speeds by. That is good for 2. It's back up to a 3-point lead for the Dream, 76-73. And we get a timeout by Dallas. So it's a 3-point lead for the Dallas Wings. And, well, that was a little quick commercial break. Oh, boy. All right, man. Shout out to everyone that was been in the chat or just tuning in here tonight. Because right now, down to almost the final 7 minutes here in this first game of the week and here in the WNBA postseason. Obviously, first 3 games that we saw were pretty much just blowouts. So we finally get a first competitive game of the postseason. Yeah. All right, looks like we're back. Oh, that was a quick commercial break. Jesus. So 7:07, Dream up 76-73. Let me get inbound to Crystal Dangerfield, who's come back onto the floor. Now to Natasha Howard, to Wale. Back out to Dangerfield, to McCowan in the post. McCowan turns it over, and that's the 16th turnover for the Wings. Here comes McDonald. Or sorry, that's Howard for three. Short. Rebound. Oh, football pass, and that is out of bounds, and that's going back the other way to the Atlanta Dream. Let's see. Oh, it just barely got off the fingertip of Sabali, and that was a close one. So that's off the fingertip of Sabali. Oh, wow. That three is good, and we're tied back up 76 for Sabali. So apparently it looked like it went off one of the Atlanta Dream players. I don't know, because it looked like it went off Sabali's fingertips to me. We got McDonald picked up by Crystal Dangerfield. McDonald out to Gray. Gray to the basket. Pulls up. Can't finish. Picked up. Rebound by Terry McCowan. Here comes Agubawale with an opportunity to put the Wings back out in front. Agubawale from two. A little bit short. Dangerfield with the offensive rebound. Now we did a quick little reset with Sabali leading the traffic. Out to Agubawale. That's can't put back McCowan. Good for two by Tiara McCowan. Now it's back into a 2-point lead. But here comes McDonald. McDonald back gets the handoff. On the baseline goes McDonald out for three. Get the bounce. Pulls up. Now here comes Agubawale leading the charge. We're up 2 over the Atlanta Dream. Sabali goes around, drives to the basket, and gets the bounce, and now it's back up 4 for the Dallas Wings. Now we got Howard taking up the point. And we get a timeout. So now it's back up 4. We got under 5 to play here. Honestly, Braden been liking this game so far. I like it though. Like I said, the only complaints I have is just it's the high turnovers between these two teams. But yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like I said, shout out to everyone that's been in the chat or just tuning in. They're just finding this for the first time. Yeah, we're under 5 minutes to play. It's a 4-point game, 80 to 76 in favor of the Dallas Wings. And quite honestly, the Dallas has not really been, well, I talked about not some perfect basketball, I would say, for most of this game. Like I said, 16 total turnovers as a team compared to, I think, 12 or 13 for the Atlanta Dream. And that's the thing, too. And that's where you don't want it to have happen, is not lose the turnover battle. And right now, Dallas has not really been not careful with the basketball, but that's for most of it anyways. Like I said, that's something that really cannot happen going forward, because you're going to see a lot of teams, even some good teams can pick up on that and, well, let's be real, and really expose that, so to speak. But I really can't. Like I said, it's been a very good game so far tonight. I was originally planned to do the Liberty and the Mystics, but the way how that game turned out, kind of ready to make that right decision. But we're in a quick commercial break. Yeah, but hey, what are you gonna do? But I really cannot complain of how this game has turned out so far tonight. And like I said, the only thing what's really kind of shot what really kind of hurt the Wings a little bit was the turnovers and some, and a lot of the missed shots and some crucial free throws. And like obviously those two by Tierra McCowan, which obviously very well, depending, especially at the beginning of the fourth. But yeah, it's been nothing but short of, not say disappointment from the Wings, but it's just very careless, I would say. But Ryan Howard, boy, she's been nothing but pretty much on fire. Turns from three, 8 of 11 from three, 34 points, but most, like I said, both are high or career highs in the postseason debut. There you go. Now it's a 4-point game. Satu and Ryan, pretty much both with 30 plus points tonight. Now we get a side out. Now to Billings, who takes a shot, and that's gonna be the fourth. So the Wings have been on a 7-0 run, and Parker looks like got fouled. And one more foul. We'll put Dallas in the penalty. We'll put the Dream in the bonus. So another side out for Atlanta. We get a side out to McDonald. Now we got Howard, who's been electric from three. Out to Alicia Gray. Gray will pull up. Pulls off the shot. Down it goes. Now it's back up to 2. To a 2-point lead for the Dallas Wings. 80-78. Just barely over 4.5 to play. Out to, looks like a Gubawale. And looks like that's a Gubawale gets the handoff. Gubawale pulls up from mid-range. Down it goes. Back up to 4. Goes Dallas. And now we got, that's Howard. Howard pulls up for 3. A little bit too strong. That's Natasha Howard pulled down the board. And now here comes Gubawale with about reaching the 4-minute mark here in the fourth. And another turnover by the Dallas Wings. And that's going to be a quick foul. And that's going to put them in the penalty. And that's going to be on Sabali. That's going to be, I think, our second or third. With 4 minutes even here in the first. There's not a little crossover by what they're showing on the replay. So Howard to the line for 2 to put it back up 2, and the first is good. It's back up to 3 for the Dallas Wings. And Howard 30, and now with 30, gets the bounce, friendly roll, and that's 36 points. So 82-80. So you get the Dream right now in the bonus. 36 points, 13 of 26 from the field for Ryan Howard. Natasha Howard for 3. That's easy money. That is 80. Now it's back up to 5 for the Dallas Wings. And they got Alicia Gray. Gray, it looks like now we get a full, like a man-to-man type of defense going by the Dallas Wings. And another turnover by the Dallas Wings. And the Wings. And we get, I don't know what the call is going to be. We got 3:24 here. It looks like a good pick by Natasha Howard. And that's going to, we got 80. We got Robinson that's back up on the floor for the Wing, or for the Dream. Out to Alicia Gray. Tight defense by Gubawale, who takes it away, and that's going to be easy coast to coast. And that is good for 2. And we get a timeout by the Dream. At 2:59, we're under 3 minutes to play here in the 4th. And that's going to be the final timeout by the Dream. And right now, like I said, the turnovers had, despite the high number by 2 teams, but a lot of times, Enrique doing everything she can to help really put this game away. But hey, I thought most of these women are doing a pretty good job. Like I said, very sloppy from the wings, from bits and pieces. I would say, Ryan Howard's still doing. Let's be real, very electric from 3. I like Satu. I think she's done a really good job. And let's be real, I think that's going to be she's a very nice piece, along with Tierra McCowan. Kalani Brown's nice little. I think the wings got something special going on. But the one thing I will say about the Wings, they got to clean up the damn turnovers. I'm sorry. This is not a pretty game by any stretch of the imagination. It's competitive, yes, but it's been a very sloppy game on both ends. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Atlanta's been very careless at times with the basketball, and same with Dallas. And Dallas is not going to get a pass either of how sloppy they've been playing for most of this game. But they're lucky to be up by 7. But, obviously the Dream sometimes can't even capitalize on shots they can't find. But honestly, I think this is going to be a 3-game series. This might go 3 games because, like I said, I don't think the Dream are going to, as that team that can roll over and just play dead, basically. So I think this can go 3, but I think Dallas is going to squeak by in this series. I don't think they're not going to sweep them. I know that. I'm not going to say they're going to sweep the Dream. The Dream are really going to give them a run for their money. That's for sure. The way how they've been playing. But it is what it is. But hey, it's been a good game though. Like I said, I really can't complain. It's the turnovers it's a little bit too high for my liking, but hey, it's whatever, I guess. All right. We are back from commercial. Obviously, we've got a couple more games to go on. To really kind of complete the first round if they want to go for a sweep with Connecticut and Las Vegas, with their respective games on Sunday. Connecticut at 1, Las Vegas at 3:00 Eastern time. So Howard 36, Alicia Gray with 20 points. So now we got Robinson now taking it up under 3 minutes to play. Picked up by Dangerfield. Hands it off to Gray. Gray off to Howard. And we get an offensive foul. We're going the other way. And it's going to be Wings basketball. It looked like Satu took another shot. Yeah. That's going to be the third on Atlanta. But here comes a Google Wale to the basket. Can't get that to fall. And that's going to be another foul. And that's going to go against the Dream. And that's going to be the 4th. And 2:38 remaining here in the 4th. So both teams so 2 free throws coming from McCowan. 15 points, 6 of 7 from the field. 13 rebounds and a block. And the first by McCowan is short off the front iron. I would say they're not feel dumb to bet on. It's like it depends on which games you want to bet on. That's the thing. And Macau won a 2, and now it's to an 8-point lead. You get it inbound to Monique Billings, who takes it up on her own. Out to Howard. Howard to the basket. Out to Monique Billings. Back out to Robinson, who drives and gets blocked up top. And that's another turnover by the wing or by the Dream. Nice little coast to coast. And that is good for 2. And it's back up 10. Now it's a 10-point lead. Yeah, pretty much. Got 2:10 remaining. Got Robinson. Hands it off to Gray. Pulls up for 3. A little bit short. And offensive board. Who wants it? Pulled out by Parker. And we get a loose ball foul. And that's going to be a couple free throws coming for the Dream. Yeah, pretty much. In the next couple of, we're under 2 minutes. But the first free throw is good by Cheyenne Parker, who been very quiet here tonight for the Dream. And 1 or 2, and rebound by Crystal Dangerfield. Got a Gubawale. We're about to reach a minute 50 here in the fourth. 9-point lead, picked up by Robinson. Out to Sabali. Sabali with a nice little spin around. Nice little pump fake. Hey, get the friendly roll. And offensive board gets blocked. And then, however, that's going to be another foul. And that's going to put the Wings in the bonus. So McCowan to the line for 2. So already that's 2. And the first free throw by McCowan. Short again. So we got a minute 39. And the second by McCowan is good. Back up 10. We get inbound. Now to Howard. Now takes it over with a minute 35 remaining. Howard pulls up for 3. A little bit short. And rebound. Falls into the hands of Crystal Dangerfield. Takes it. Now here comes Gubawale leading the charge with about a minute 15. About to reach the minute 15 mark. And we get a blocking foul on Atlanta. That's going to be put Gubawale to the line with a minute 15 here in the fourth. And the first by Gubawale, man, rattles in and out on the first attempt. Then there goes ESPN buffering already at the worst possible freaking time to do so. Oh, yeah, come on. Man, ESPN, you are fucking crappy leader. All right, what the fuck, man? I'm sorry, but this is some BS, dude. Come on, what are we doing? Really? Apologies with these damn technical freaking problems, really. God damn it. What the fuck, ESPN? What? Jesus Christ, dude. This ESPN, you are really starting to piss me off tonight. God, I fucking hate ESPN. Jesus Christ, man. It should not be that hard to get the goddamn game back up and going. Stop fucking buffering would be nice. Like I said, apologies on these technical problems on the other end. Oh my goodness. Go the other way. You got under a minute. A good Wale. The nice little handoff for three. A little bit short. Pulled out by Alicia Gray. And Gray, and that's going to be a reach in. So 47.9. So 2 free throws coming. And first free throw is no good by Alicia Gray. And Howard already 36 points, 8 of 14 from 3. And 1 of 2 from the line. Looks like we're going to have Currell to inbound it. And, well, there's going to be another foul. So 40 stops the clock at 40.3 remaining. So 2 free throws coming. And the first is good. It's good. And both free throws are good by Dallas. Alrighty, 45 seconds. We got Howard. Howard, the nice little crossover with a nice little fadeaway jumper. Can't finish. Pull down. So pretty much all the reserves for Dallas right now in with 30 seconds. Up 12. And obviously all the Dallas faithful on their feet. Pretty much is going to play for the shot clock. And we are... So Satu, man. So Parker to inbound. Down to 10, 9, about 8 seconds here. It's pretty much going to Howard for 3. Not much to go on. And that's going to do it. The Dallas Wings hold on to a 12-point lead over the Atlanta Dream by the final score, 94-82. So that's a good win by the Wings. Overall, I think right now, overall, what I liked in one little thing before we got out of here was the fact that I didn't like. I mean, it was very sloppy on both ends. I will admit that. But that's pretty much about it. Like I said, it was just very sloppy, but it was very physical and very competitive, which is great to see because the last 3 games were kind of blowouts. All in all, I appreciate anyone coming in. If you guys new, make sure hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe. With that being said, have a good night, everybody.